Hey, Rod, can you hear me just fine? Well, welcome back. We're going to do some finishing touches on Lando, and then might either start on some stormtroopers or doing some stuff on Agent Callus, since I was trying to prime the stormtrooper miniatures and realized I missed a few mold lines. Hey, Michelle, can you guys hear me just fine? Awesome. So, yeah, I'll get started on this. Just a little bit to do around the base. And yeah, as you can see, I got his rank insignias. I might do a little bit more on that. I think his belt buckle is good. Otherwise, yeah, there's what's done so far. And I don't think I have to do anything else on his little communicators because it looks like it's all just silver on like pictures of Billy D. Williams and anything else that I've seen so far. So yeah, with that, I'm going to get a. Well, let me. Okay, Rod. We'll see you when you get back. So yeah, real quick, going to boringly look at some Lando pictures. It looks like they're just kind of a gray, so I might just do a very, very light Nuln Oil wash on them. And then, yeah, then paint the rim, and that should be good on Lando. And like I had said earlier, I was trying to base the stormtroopers and realized I missed quite a few mold lines, so maybe I'll work on removing that so people can see what that's like. Because I was trying to prime them right before the stream. And nothing beats priming stuff and then realizing that you missed some pretty horrendous mold lines. And looks like I need a new paper towel. And then once this is done, which would you rather see? Me removing mold lines or me doing like an unpackaging and initial work on Agent Callus? It's either Stormtroopers or Agent Callus. Those will be the ones that I'll work on. Alright, I'll show the box quick. He's a character from Rebels. Let's see, trying to decide which would be better. Yeah, let's do this here. So he's a Imperial unit, and he actually has two different heads and two different arms. And Michael wants the arms and probably the head magnetized. And otherwise, the other one I was going to work on was going to be these stormtroopers. And I primed them up with one of my base coats and saw some horrendous mold lines that I missed. Almost feeling the stormtrooper since I have them out already, because I know Agent Callus will be its own challenge with trying to magnetize all of those. And I don't know if you were here for the one stream when I was trying to magnetize. Hey Rod, can you hear things now? Yep. You keep losing. Hold on. Oh, okay. Right now. Well, we were just discussing what to do next, and I'll probably go with working on the stormtroopers and just removing mold lines and stuff like that. But right now I'm working on painting the rim of the base. Always painting one direction. Yes, I know I'm getting some horrendous lines, but that's why you do two coats. Yeah, it's a nice, balmy. It's going to get up to about 100, maybe 102 here today. And tomorrow it'll be at 108 Fahrenheit. I have no idea what the conversion is to Celsius. All I know is Fahrenheit off the top of my head, and it's going to be miserable. Okay, and actually while that's drying, I will just go and grab my stormtroopers from my airbrush box, which actually, just so people can see it, it's right over there, right behind my back. Custom built by a buddy for me. Yeah, because you're in Arizona, aren't you? Oh, okay. Alright, and as we can see, like I primed up this stormtrooper. Oh, okay. I don't know how well that can show. Yeah, right there. Nasty mold line that I missed. And then some on there. Oh yeah, and this one, like I feel ashamed that I missed one this bad. But I'm catching it now before I did layers and layers of paint and then have to fix it. So rather deal with that now. So all I'm doing is just kind of dragging my hobby knife. I know I'm cutting towards myself a little bit. Just getting rid of the worst of those mold lines. if I kind of keep that on camera. And of course I'll have to go back and do my base coat again, but hey, them's the breaks. And again, I'd rather have caught this now than 2 or 3 layers in. And is my voice better this time? Too loud, too soft? And does it seem to be better as I get closer to this? Just asking all the questions today of chat. Okay. Oh yeah, better now than later, yes, for sure. Okay. I might just have to get a dedicated mic at that point then. I'm trying to remember, well, yeah, since I don't have sleeping kids either, I can actually use more of my stage voice and construction voice since I'm used to having to talk over equipment. So I can be loud when I want to, but not like mad either when I'm being loud. There's a sneaky one right there too. It's kind of part of something, so I'll probably leave most of it alone. Yeah, that's actually kind of part of a sculpt looking at the other Stormtrooper helmets. Or at least it's gonna be now for these. That's their special ops markings, right? At least that's what we'll tell Michael. Still very much there. That one's good. Not much on the top of this one. Okay, yeah, that'll be the next thing I look into is getting an actual microphone. Because there's really no place to put the camera in front of me that would be closer. That would be, well, I guess I could try. But it really wouldn't be good for on stream right now. Plus, that would take up space on my paint rack. But it wouldn't have to be permanently there. Actually, this guy, I'm not seeing much in the way of mold lines. Maybe a little bit there. I hope everybody else is having a great week. Mine's been pretty decent so far. Just again, hot. Okay, yeah. Some pretty bad ones on here. Sorry about the glare on camera that I'm seeing, but not much to be done with that right now. Good, good, good. again, I'm glad you asked me about those turbo dork paints, Michelle. Hopefully they work just great for whatever you use them for, even if it is just your nails. Nasty one right there. Then I'll have to go back over these with my airbrush, which I got myself a Reaper Vex around Christmas time, which has been really good to use. Really pleased with it. I mean, granted, I've been using it for a lot of base coating and zenithal highlights, and I just need to play around more with it. But it's a very solid airbrush in my personal opinion. Definitely worth the price. Plus, at least on Reaper's site too, they actually have it categorized where you can get sell all of the replacement parts on their site, and the airbrush itself actually comes with a handy diagram telling you what all the part numbers are, so that way if you miss a part, look at your diagram, which I think they have on their site too anyways. But if you lose a part or it breaks, look at the diagram and then you can order that exact part. Right there. I know Michael won't be looking at the inner thigh of these stormtroopers, at least to my knowledge, but the fact that I know that they're there would bother me. Hey Ty, how are ya? Good, doing good. Blah, blah, blah. Turning into a vampire, are we? Alright. Actually, I think I've removed a lot on this one beforehand. See if there's any on this gun that I missed. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. Did you just do basic paints with the airbrush, or did you do cool designs back then? If you don't mind saying. Yeah, well, I at least had a cool art teacher, and she had full airbrush stations with her own air compressor hooked into it. So I got to learn some about it in high school. Actually, might even have a picture or two from high school that I did, which weren't bad, weren't the best, but I mean, hey, it was pretty good. Guess that's kind of where some of the love of art started. Okay, let that dry. Well, there's another mold line. Gotta look these over like multiple times. Sorry, didn't mean to be doing. Oh yeah, it's amazing how they multiply, especially after you think you got them all. Do a few layers, and there's another one popping up, just like an a-hole would. Okay, cool, Rod. All right, that's looking better. Back in the 80s, things are a bit hazy from then, are they? Hey, Carlos, how are ya? Thanks for stopping by. All right, I might go and grab my Corax White. Won't airbrush on screen because I'd have to move the camera all the way over there, and that would just be dizzying for everyone. So instead, just do some base painting and chatting. Actually, could probably even add the base material to these guys. Yeah, it is. Which Michael had sent me some 3D printed Mandalorian miniatures too, that I'll have to give a go at painting. And thin that just a little bit more. So what episode are you on, Carlos? I assume you've seen the whole series before, though. Right now I'm using Corax White. It's kind of a white gray, and then later I was planning on doing a zenithal highlight of just pure white, just to kind of help add some layers to the armor. Yeah, second season is really good, Michelle. You should really watch it all. Yeah, and it only gets better the further you go on with the series. It doesn't seem to lose any steam. It actually seems to pick it up. But that's this humble Star Wars nerd's opinion. I may have to go back with a second coat on some of this, but as Duncan Rhodes says, 2 thin coats. Okay, I've heard good things about Sweet Tooth, but I just haven't had the time to sit down and watch it. I am halfway through Army of the Dead right now on Netflix, and I'm enjoying that immensely. And now, of course, I have the Mandalorian theme song just playing in my head, Carlos. Loved how they made it sound like a good old spaghetti western theme. But ultimately, that's kind of what Star Wars is. Oh, what? Army of the Dead? That I didn't know that was in theaters. Or is that one of those that you could rent a theater and play any movie you wanted kind of thing? And right now, too, I just have the arms stuck in place. I'll take them off to get the chest area and stuff like that. But it's always nice just having the arms on for the initial priming, especially with the zenithal highlight, because then the light will hit where the light hits. And with the arms on, that'll help with your contrast and where your light source is coming from. I swear to God, like 99% of the noises you're hearing as I move are from my chair. I may have snuck one or two farts in there. Yep. Well, I don't have a dog to blame it on, so I'll blame it on the chair. And actually, this pot of Corex White is actually in pretty decent shape. It's not really chalky like I've ran into in the past, but I do have a Warhammer store here locally, and I talked to the owner of the store here about kind of the white paints being chunky, and what he told me to do was add a few drops of their Lamian medium to the pot, and then stir and shake the hell out of it, and that'll help it all break up. And by God, it actually worked really good on one of these when it kind of was starting to go chalky or chunky. Did that, and boo bam, solved the problem right there. Yeah, only one or two, I swear. Hey, Maticus, how's it going, bud? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, plus I built up a pretty good rapport with this guy just by sitting and BSing in the store whenever I buy anything. So it's nice to get some useful tips and tricks. Good, good. Glad it's going well. Happy you're done with school now, bud? You mean like Squidmar, where he's getting the manta? Or you just want me to paint a hammerhead Tau battle tank? They're all looking pretty even. Yeah, the manta. The damn thing that is 28 pounds. That's not the price, people. That's how much it weighs. 28 pounds. And it's from Forge World. Like one of the biggest models you can table in Warhammer. Okay. Alright, so I can do the basing effects. Let's see if this is all dry. Yep, that's looking pretty good. So, here is the finished Lando Calrissian. Maybe I might do some touch-ups down there just to get rid of that coffee staining. Yeah, maybe I'll do that quick. Okay, so I was using Celestia Gray and Eldritch Purple, which is right. Yeah. Thanks, Rod. Really happy with how it's turned out so far. Just a few little touch-ups here and there, and I will slap some varnish on him and call it good. Yeah, so for Lando's cloak, I'm doing a mix of Eldritch Purple and Celestia Gray. Just trying to get that right mix. A bit too purple, I think. Yep. So, just a little bit more gray. It's one thing when mixing colors with any color with like grays or whites. A little bit of the one color goes a long, long, long way. And you're trying to build back up to the other color that you want. Yep. Matches fairly well. Probably dry a little bit better too. Let's just pull a little bit more into it so there's more of it matching for a highlight. some spots that got a little dirty, because you know Lando would be the kind of guy that could keep his cape clean even in a swamp. It just magically stay clean. So that's the power of his suave. Nice dark spot back here that I just almost completely missed. So I'm trying to keep it on camera. Yeah, right behind the leg. Not that you really see it, but again, one of those that I know it's there, so it would bug me. Yeah, here's the pose that this cape originally has, and then Michael wanted me to magnetize the hands, so here's with the other hand. Oh. Yep. I know the angle's a little off there, but this was meant for a different cape. But it works. I think it works pretty good. And yeah, it'll be a little obvious there. Got a nice line. But when you're dealing with magnetizing some things, sometimes that's kind of hard to avoid altogether. Oh, well, I'll have to give that another coat of Talaran sand. Thanks, Rod. I think it gave it a little bit of pop too. Yep, the holder just kind of chipped away a little bit of the paint just because I hadn't varnished it yet. But gives me another chance to hit it again. Alright, and there we go. Unless Michael says otherwise, I'm calling that Lando done. Alright. Okay, well, let's see. One sitting at 45 minutes. Thank you. Yep. And hopefully Michael agrees with that too. So, alright. Yeah, one other thing I'll show. I know some people got to see it or not. I'll be working on I'll show you the big boy too for this, but I'll be working on an Angry Marine, which, as you know, are yellow. So I was trying certain things. Well, here's just a moon yellow Marine done with the airbrush, which I thinned the paints a bit too much. I see some pooling in some areas here. And then I tried a technique where I did a pink base and a yellow ink over a zenithal highlight. And I gotta say, that really pops. It gives it kind of an orangish tint down here where I did a zenithal highlight. It's really bright. So I might do most of my yellows this way from now on, with like a light pink and a white zenithal highlight. just to kind of show that off. Yeah, the Marine that I'll be painting is this big boy. So nice big Primaris Marine, and actually everything is, show this on here, everything is posable on this guy. Like even the legs and feet bend on it. So head moves, shoulder pads move, elbows move. So yeah, this will be fun to paint. But yeah, it'll be a fun little side project. I'll try and get more done on Michael's too as well. But yeah, articulated, yeah. And of course, with Angry Marines, it'll be easy enough to mod this hand into their traditional gesture, which I think you all know with the Angry Marines, or you could guess what it would be. So yeah, definitely I'll try to maybe paint some of this on stream at some point too. It'll just be fun. I'd have to reposition the camera and probably get a good hoist for the camera just so I could paint this boy on stream. Or yeah, would people be interested in, yeah, the one finger salute, and you know which finger. Would you guys be interested in seeing me do airbrushing in future videos, or would you just be happy seeing me at the paint station that I'm at here? And actually even the backpack does come off, but yeah. But yeah, I may actually kind of call it quits here because I have somewhere to be in about a half an hour. So thanks for swinging by, guys. All cool with what, Rod? But yeah, and then as you can see, this guy actually stands on his own too on the desk. Okay. Alright, well, I will keep that in mind. Otherwise, I know I'll keep painting some Star Wars Legion as well on the stream. Seems to be a good thing to be doing. So, thanks for stopping by. Be sure to follow me. I'll be adding a bit more stuff to my channel as I figure this out. But, yeah, thanks for swinging by, and hope you guys have a great day. Catch you later.